Hey there, welcome to my channel. My name's Andrea and I love the Pilates Method of Exercise. And if you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. If you're new, my channel is all about how to look at the traditional Pilates exercises and get the most out of them, whether you're a teacher or an enthusiast. Today, I'm gonna have a short reformer workout, and more than looking at the exercises themselves, we're gonna take a look at the moments in between. The way you get with efficiency and control from one exercise to the next. And if you're a teacher, these are called transitions. You may have heard them called that. And if you enjoy this look at some of the pedestrian transitions that are in the sort of fundamental exercises in the system, I am teaching a workshop in March all about all the transitions on the reformer, and if there's time, on some of the other pieces of apparatus as well. I'll include that information in the description box below. Today's just going to give you a little bit of a look at how to be efficient in the moments in between. So here we are at the reformer, and the first thing that you can do to get onto the reformer is to sit with control. And traditionally we usually stand right at the corner of the apparatus so that we're leaving enough room to lie down without having to do it in a bunch of different moves. So keep tall as you're about to go down so that you're not going to use your hands on the foot bar or on the carriage at first. You're going to sit on your own power without making a big noise, without the reformer moving. And then if this is a new way to approach getting onto the reformer, you're going to kind of eyeball where you're going. And now that you've sat, you can use your hands to kind of guide yourself on the carriage. So you're going to lie back, you're using your stomach, and you're putting your head on the headpiece and your feet on the foot bar. And you know, when you get down in this position, I just noticed that I'm not really in the center exactly where I want to go. So I'm going to wiggle a little bit to get into position. And this way of getting on can actually be turned into a little exercise in itself. Because usually in Pilates, I'm just going to sit up with my stomach and I'm going to stand on my own power. So that would be how you would get up from lying down, technically. And, you know, in Pilates, what we do to one side, why not do it to the other side? So if this is a challenging thing for you to do, and it is, a lot of us need to work on control in getting onto the reformer. So you can sit down on one side. I kind of know where I'm going. I'm going to look for a little bit, and then I'm going to use my stomach. I'm going to try to aim myself exactly where I need to go. I was a little bit better that time. I got in the center. And then, just for kicks, because I like to get on the right, I'm going to stand up on the left-hand side of the reformer. And then I'm going to do it again, so that you're really using your stomach, you're making it just like a little exercise, and then you're going to get up. And I already noticed, when I stand up on the right side of the reformer, I don't use my hand to push me up, but when I did it on the left-hand side, maybe you saw, I sort of pushed myself up with my elbow. Okay, I'm going to do it one more time. And you know, this is not something you have to do before every workout, but if this is a skill that you need to work on, you can work on it. Oh yeah, see, you're not as good sitting up to the left. Woo! I'm going to get on for real this time. I keep kicking my plant, sorry gal. Okay, so even with that first moment, before you even do like technically an exercise, you can really work on your precision and your stomach just getting on and off. So here we are at the footwork, and you know, I didn't notice what kind of springs I have, so let's stand up one more time. I think I had too many springs. Yes, so I'm going to take one spring off. So I have 3 springs, and on my reformer all the springs are the same tension, and if you have colored springs on your reformer, you may choose some that are not super heavy and not super light. I'm going to lie down in one motion, and now I'm going to go from footwork position to footwork position. So I'm just going to do a handful of this first exercise on the balls of my feet. And then I'm going to lift both feet up and put them on the arch into the position. So there's just a little bit of control and using your stomach to move your feet. I'm going to do 3 of the arches, and then I'm going to pick up my feet and put them on the heels. And you know, if you've been doing the reformer for a long time, your feet will kind of know exactly where to go, but notice if you miss and you need to adjust, that's also information. So I'm going to do 3 of on the heels. Whoop, that was a little noisy. And now I'm going to lift my feet up again and place them back onto the balls. And I'll do 3 of the tendon stretch. Okay, so now, depending on your reformer, the following transition might be possible, but if it isn't, I'll give you an alternate transition as well. So on this traditional reformer, you have the ability to lower the foot bar with your feet without getting up, so you're going to go to the 100, which is next, and you don't have to get up to change because the next exercise is also lying down. So I'm going to take one foot under the top bar, let my other foot wait for the little bar, and then put both of the bars down, mostly in control. And then I'm going to take my handles to start my 100. So that's option 1. So I'm just going to reset that so that I can give you option 2. So if your foot bar is not easily put up and down, sometimes the reformers have like a safety mechanism on them. If it's possible to not have that on and lift, and then lift the bar with your feet, that's one option. But you can also just do what we did, playing around sitting up and down on the reformer. So you finished your footwork position, you've come in, you'll do the same sit up with your stomach. You'll put the bar down with control, and then you'll lie back down and get your handles. So that's option number 2 if the foot bar doesn't go down easily. All right, so I'm going to go back to get it again because I didn't really do that transition myself very well. So after you've done this transition out of footwork and into the 100 over and over again, you can multitask. So you finished your footwork. Here we are after the footwork. You can grab your handles and take your foot bar down all together, and then you can lift yourself up into the 100. So I'm going to do a few sets of the 100. And then I'm going to finish. So now I'm going to go to my frog and circles, and on my reformer, I need to take my handles back to get the long black straps. You might have 2 straps here that you could just switch and put your feet in. So you might have a quicker transition than I have. But on this reformer, I'm going to get these black straps and set up the long straps. The leather strap and the handle go together. The black strap gets clipped, and I'm going to put it here for myself. And this is also, some standing and doing a little task in front of you that uses your fine motor skills. And then I get my chance to sit on the reformer again. I'm going to change to 2 springs. And already I've made it much less efficient than it could be. So I'm going to give you, that was a good example. And I'm going to go back after the 100 and I'm going to make it even more efficient. And this is really the process that's going to enable you to do more exercises in your allotted time of an hour. So there's so many reformer exercises that really to be able to do a workout that's an hour long with as many exercises as you are capable of doing, you really have to shave off those precious seconds from your moments in between to enable you to do that. So your reformer workout doesn't take forever, doesn't take like 2 hours, let's say. And in that way, your exercises are not speeding up and going, ridiculously fast or out of your control. You're just being very mindful of how you get from place to place. And that is another gift of Pilates, in that those moments in between, how we navigate the environment of the reformer, is training us for how we navigate our environment as we go through our life. Okay, that's enough of my soapbox. Let's go back to the moment right after the 100. So I had 3 springs on, and I had these straps not yet set up. And as you go through your personal reformer workout, it's a nice kind of mental task to give yourself to be really efficient with your transitions. All right, I'm going to put these back over here. Oh, I'm very, very, very noisy. Okay. Here we are back at the 100. We've just finished. I'm going to put my handles in one hand. I'm going to sit up using my stomach, and I'm going to change the spring because I'm right here. I won't forget, and then I'm on my merry way to change the straps. I'm standing up nice and tall. Sometimes it's easy to get really bogged down and bent over when you do the straps. But have a moment of after the 100. And now when I lie down, I'll be ready to go. The straps are here, the spring is correct. And here, I want to make sure I can get into my straps without moving the carriage. And here I am for frog and circles. So you kind of see how this is going. I'm just giving you a little taste of how to be efficient during some of our fundamental exercises. I'm going to change to the circles. And I'm just doing 3 of everything so that I can focus on the moments in between. All right, here we go. This is a nice, easy transition. You're going to grab all the things that are on your feet so nothing hits you in the head. And you're going to put the straps behind you onto the floor. And then you can sit up. From here, we're going to put the foot bar up and add all the springs going to the stomach massage. And as you do your official, I'm just taking a little pause for a moment. As you do your personal workout, you may have different exercises after what I'm doing. I'm just doing sort of an example, a selection of exercises. So use these guidelines to become efficient, even if your next exercise is the overhead or is the rowing series. There's a moment for each thing to get to the next in a very efficient way. I'm going to sit. I'm going to place myself on the pad and then place myself into the exercise. I'm going to do 3 of this first stomach massage. And as I'm coming in, I'm going to get ready to take the spring off so that I can press out and be in the second position. I'm going to do 3 of this one. As I'm coming in, I'm going to get ready to take the spring off and reach to the 3rd position. These transitions are nice because you don't actually have to move very much. You're just taking a spring off. And then I'm going to add my twist. I'm just going to do 1 more to the left. And then I'm going to step off without my hands, just like I got on. Now the foot bar is going to go down. We're going to go to the short box. The pad I'm going to use again. On my way back to the box, I'm going to put the headpiece down so that I don't have to bother with it when I am putting the box on. I'm going to bring my box and pole together. Don't take 2 trips to get the box and the pole. I'm going to decorate my box with the pad. I'm going to grab my straps for my feet and step on. This is kind of a complex transition. There's lots to do. The short box has many accessories. And of course my strap is not cooperating. Okay, I made it onto the short box. I'm just going to do one of each thing. I'm going to take my pole. I'm going to bend to the side. I'm going to twist. And I'm going to stow the bar for the tree. And sometimes it's hard not to fidget as you change to position, but sometimes it's nice to be mindful in your workout and try to do things without a lot of wiggling around. I'm just going to do one tree. Yeah, see, as I get to the second side, I want to fidget even a little bit more. I've also found it helpful if you record your workouts. It's interesting to see because you'll think you're being very mindful and not fidgeting, but sometimes the recording will tell you otherwise. I'm going to lose the strap, and here we go out of the short box and into the elephant. So the pad can go back. The foot bar is going to go up for the elephant. The spring remains the same. I'm going to take the box and the pole, put the headpiece up while I'm here. And in general, I'm making sure that as much as possible, I'm setting up my apparatus so that when I come back, I just have to get on. I don't have to do a lot of things. For the elephant, as well as the long stretch series, I'm going to get one hand, one foot where it goes, another hand, and then I'm going to use my stomach to keep the carriage still as I get into place. I'm going to do 3 elephant. And then going to the knee stretches, I'm going to place my feet just like the knee stretches, and I'm going to come down to the carriage. And actually, I didn't really get them in the right place. So maybe that's not the best plan. So let's try that again. So I'm in the elephant. I'm going to come to my knees first, and then I'm going to back up. That seemed a little bit more efficient. And I'm going to do 3 knee stretches. The transition between is a moment of changing your position. A moment. Try not to take too much time before you lift yourself up in the air. And then I'm going to step off. I'm going to add the spring before I sit down. And I get to practice sitting again to lie down for running. I'm going to do 3 sets of running. I'm going to lift up my feet and place them for the bottom lift. I'm going to lift up my bottom and do 3 of this exercise. And then I'm going to place myself down. And I'm going to stand up. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to see more videos like this, do click my logo in the corner right over here and become a subscriber. If you use the bell icon, YouTube will let you know every time there's a new video. And if this exploration of the transitions was interesting to you, I'll leave some information about my March workshop in the box below, as well as a playlist to other reformer workouts where I talk about more in the exercises and not as much about the moments in between. Thank you so much for watching. I could not do this without you guys. I hope you have a great workout today, and I will see you again soon.